Look here. I was explaining about the discovery of cosmic rays. Just I will summarize. In the case of discovery of cosmic rays, Wilson, Elstar and Geetle, they took a gold leaf electroscope which is already charged. The charged gold leaf electroscope, they kept it on the Earth's surface. On the Earth's surface, as they have kept that gold leaf electroscope which is initially charged, then after some time interval, it is going to get discharged. Then they thought that it is due to the radioactive substances whichever it is present inside the earth crust. The radioactive substances, if they are present inside the earth's surface here, from that particular radioactive substances or the materials, the radiations are coming and hence the charged the gold leaves are going to get discharged. This is their theory. Further, they took the gold leaf electroscope which is charged inside the earth crust. Inside a gold mine, they kept it. But the discharge here it is more, but the discharge here it is very less. Therefore, they made a conclusion, it is not because of radioactive substances. It is not because of radioactive substances. Not only that, they took a balloon. You are aware of very big balloons, not this one. A huge balloons. A huge balloons they took it. And inside that balloon, they have taken this. This is the balloon. Okay, gas balloons. Inside the gas balloons, they took the charged gold leaf electroscope at a larger height. As the height is more and more here, this decreased in the charges. The discharged ability is said to be more and more. As it is on the earth, inside the earth crust, discharge is very less. On the earth surface, discharge is little bit more. But as the height increases here now inside the balloon if it is moving in the larger altitude more and more here now, then at a larger altitude this gold leaf electroscope is discharging very larger in amount. Therefore, they made a conclusion, it is not from the Earth's surface, somewhere else from the outside the Earth, somewhere else some radiations are coming. Such radiations are called by the name cosmic rays. Such radiations are called by the name cosmic rays. Okay. And first time it has been determined by Hess. Hess, H-E-S-S, Hess. Hess, he has done this balloon experiment and other things. And he called the radiations as Hohenstrahlung. Hohenstrahlung. Spelling, you see that, Hohenstrahlung radiations. Hence, he called these radiations as Hohenstrahlung radiations. But afterwards, Millikan, he called them as cosmic rays. This is the history. He called them as cosmic rays. Hohenstrahlung radiations and cosmic rays, they are one and the same. Hohenstrahlung radiations, name it has been given by Hess, but afterwards, same radiations, Millikan, he called them as cosmic rays. He called them as cosmic rays. Okay, this is a small concept. This is a small concept that I have covered. Okay, any doubt is there within this? You see that in between some problem it has been occurred. Okay, yes. Next case, next idea, next one small concept. Okay, that is origin of cosmic rays. Origin of cosmic rays. Origin of cosmic rays. Origin of cosmic rays. Okay, just before taking up this one, just you see that any doubt is here, you can ask. Any doubt is present. Any doubt if you are having. See that quickly. Okay. Yes. See here. Understand about the origin of cosmic rays now. Origin of cosmic rays means from where the cosmic rays are coming out. From where the cosmic rays are coming out. This question again, March examination, last March examination, they asked all these questions. Origin of cosmic rays and whatever the components which are present inside the cosmic rays of primary cosmic rays and secondary cosmic rays, for which it has been asked for about 7 marks. They asked under 7 marks question here. Okay. Origin of cosmic rays, I think they have asked for about 3 marks. This is 4 marks question, it has been asked. Under 4 marks. 3 marks for the components or the composition of primary and secondary cosmic rays. Together it has been asked for about 7 marks. Okay, first, origin of cosmic rays means from where it is coming out. Where it is coming. If the earth is present here, I will write the earth. Earth is present here. This is earth. This is earth atmosphere. This is earth atmosphere is present. You have studied already, even in geography as well as in physics, you have already studied. Thermosphere, exosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, everything you have studied. Stratosphere. Okay, yes. So it is an atmosphere. Earth is present here. Above that one atmosphere, it has been surrounded the earth. Now, sun is present somewhere else here. Let us consider. Sun is present somewhere else here. From the sun, some of the radiations are incident. Cosmic rays, some cosmic rays, but that percentage is very small. Sun is one of the sources. Sun is one of the sources of cosmic rays. But a small fraction of low energy primary cosmic rays are incidenting here. I said sun is one of the sources of cosmic rays. Only a small fraction of lower energy primary cosmic rays are incidenting from the sun. This is first point, number 1. You will get 1 mark for that itself. Next point, number 2, second point. Second point, number 2. What is that second point? Let us consider the remote interstellar space outside our galaxy. You are aware of galaxy now? This is our solar system. This is solar system. Like this solar system, there are several solar systems. Together we can consider one galaxy. That is our galaxy. Like that, so many galaxies are present. Okay. Now let us consider our galaxy. Outside our galaxy, somewhere else the cosmic rays are coming. Somewhere else the cosmic rays are coming. This is from interstellar space. This is from interstellar space. Interstellar space, cosmic rays are coming. From interstellar space, cosmic rays are coming. It is incidenting on our Earth atmosphere. Okay. So how it is coming out? Because here there is an electrostatic potential difference between the different parts of intergalactic space. Means one galaxy to another galaxy, one galaxy to another galaxy. There is a space is present here. This is one galaxy. This is another galaxy. Let us consider. One galaxy to another galaxy, there is a space is there that is called by the name interstellar or intergalactic space. Intergalactic space. Between the two intergalactic space here, there is a potential difference is present here. Potential difference is present. Due to that potential difference, there is a magnetic field is acting. There is a magnetic field is acting. It can generate the charged particles. it can generate the charged particles. It can generate the charged particles. Charged particles are coming. Shall I repeat again? You see that. Our galaxy is present. Outside our galaxy, between any two galaxies, there is an intergalactic space. Between the intergalactic space, there is a potential difference. Due to that potential difference between the different parts of intergalactic space and the magnetic fields in the space, they are generating the charged particles and they are accelerating here. Accelerated charged particles are incidenting here. This is second idea, that is due to interstellar gas clouds, magnetized plasma, I can say. It is a magnetized plasma. Charged particles means it is magnetized plasma. Magnetized plasma, continuously it is hitting on the Earth atmosphere with a velocity of around about 30 kilometer per second. 30 kilometer per second. Imagine 30 kilometer per second colliding on the Earth atmosphere. This is the second point. Which is the third point here? Which is the third point? Let us consider the Big Bang theory. So you are aware of Big Bang theory. How the Earth is formed, the whole universe, how it is formed using the Big Bang theory only. I will consider the Big Bang theory. Initially, the whole universe, it has been packed up in a small mass. This is universe. Initially, the Big Bang theory, it says that initially there is a huge amount of mass. The whole mass of the universe is concentrated in a single nucleus. Now it has exploded here. It has exploded like this. It has exploded. Imagine. Once it is exploded here, a large amount of radiations are coming out here. Like this, like this. A large amount of radiations are emitting. Radiations emitted. Again, I will repeat. Initially, the universe is said to be present in a small space. Initially, the universe is present in a small space. With all the whole mass, it has been concentrated here in a single nucleus. Concentrated in a single nucleus. During the explosion, once that whatever the nucleus is present, the mass is present, it has been exploded. Due to that explosion, a very large amount of radiations are emitted out. This large amount of radiations which are containing here, protons are present, and not only that, it is containing other nuclei, protons and other nuclei it is containing. They are all moving with high speed, with a good number, large number of protons and other nuclei. They are moving with high velocity. They are moving with high velocity. I think probably, okay, for example, if a bus, if it is moving, imagine, if a bus, if it is moving, not on the road, side by the road, if it is moving, along with the bus, the dust is also going to get increased. The dust is also going to get increased. In the case of maybe a load, maybe a lorry, if it is containing only the stones, the small stones and bigger stones, if it is containing, and if they are going to unload that one, along with that stones, some amount of debris are also going to get liberated. Now, it means dust. So therefore, I will going to use the two concepts. One is the debris, the other one is dust. Due to this universe explosion here, a very large number of radiations are emitted. It is containing a large number of protons and other nuclei which are all traveling with a high velocity. Due to this debris and dust here, it is coming out. The dust and debris of this explosion, which is containing all these particles, that is the root cause for cosmic rays. That is the root cause for cosmic rays. That is the meaning of Big Bang theory. That is a concept of Big Bang theory. That is a concept of Big Bang theory. Don't forget about this. Okay. Now, this carries 4 marks. If you are writing this much, it carries 4 marks. Only thing is you have to read. You have to read all the concepts properly and you have to write it in a proper way. You have to write it in a proper way. This is one more concept. Okay. Next idea, continuation. Primary cosmic rays I will go into consider now. I will consider primary cosmic rays. Primary cosmic rays. This question, it has been asked for 3 marks question. Not only that, secondary also together. Primary cosmic rays, secondary cosmic rays. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What is a composition? What is a composition containing in primary cosmic rays and secondary cosmic rays? First of all, what do you mean by primary cosmic rays? I told you already, if Earth is present like this, Earth atmosphere is present here. This is atmosphere of the Earth. Atmosphere of the Earth. Now, initially the incidenting cosmic rays on the Earth's surface, on the outer boundary, whatever it is incidenting cosmic rays, initially, the rays which are initially incidenting, on the outer boundaries of the Earth atmosphere. Again, if you want, I will repeat. These are the rays which are initially incidenting on the outer boundaries of Earth atmosphere. Not inside here, outer boundaries only it is incidenting. Such rays are called by the name, such cosmic rays are called by the name primary cosmic rays. Primary cosmic rays, these are primary cosmic rays. Primary cosmic rays. These primary cosmic rays which are having a charged nuclei, basically which is having a charged nuclei whose atomic number is up to 40, it is present. Z means, what is that Z? Atomic number of this nuclei. Atomic number of these nuclei, the atomic number of this charged nuclei, whatever it is incidenting on the outer part of the Earth atmosphere, whose atomic number is up to 40, it is said to be existing. Okay, and out of this here, 90% are protons. 90% are protons. 90% protons. 9% helium nuclei. Helium nuclei, whose mass number is 4. Atomic number is 2. 9% helium nuclei, 90% are protons. Remaining 1%, 99 is over now, remaining 1% is heavy nuclei. This one, heavy nuclei. This is the composition of primary cosmic rays. Write the composition of primary cosmic rays. 90% protons, 9% are helium nuclei, 1% heavy nuclei. That's all, finished. That's all enough. But this energy, if I am considering this primary cosmic rays energy, it varies from around about this price. If you want to write, I will write that also. The energy of primary cosmic rays, it varies from 1 million electron volt, 1 MeV, to 10 to the power 14 MeV. Very large energy. You cannot imagine this energy. Okay, if cosmic rays are incidenting on the earth like this only, with this amount of energy only, if they are incidenting on the earth atmosphere, then no living beings will be present on the earth atmosphere, on the earth, no living beings will be there. Because of this higher energy, all the living beings are going to get killed out. Sir, we are living, sir. We are living here on the earth's surface because credit goes to this atmosphere. Okay, our earth atmosphere, it is going to get safeguarding us in the form of this cosmic rays. Cosmic rays could not be able to penetrate here as it is. This amount of energy, they are not coming and they are not hitting on the earth because of this atmosphere. Credit goes to atmosphere here. Okay, this is a primary cosmic rays. Next one, secondary cosmic rays. Secondary cosmic rays. Secondary cosmic rays. In the case of secondary cosmic rays here, okay, first of all, what do you mean by secondary cosmic rays? What do you mean by the secondary cosmic rays? These are the primary cosmic rays are incidenting here now. If they are incidenting on the earth atmospheric gases below around about 20 kilometer altitude, nearby 20 kilometer altitude, then all cosmic radiations, whatever it is produced, is called by the name secondary cosmic rays. I will write it here, the diagram, so that you can understand. This is the earth. This is earth. Earth atmosphere is present here like this. Little bit bigger size that I am writing now. This is earth atmosphere. Atmosphere of the earth is present here. Now let us consider around about 20 kilometer above the earth. Imagine 20 kilometer above the earth. 20 kilometer height, altitude, height, 20 kilometer altitude. At the 20 kilometer altitude here, primary cosmic rays are coming here. Primary cosmic rays are incidenting on gases here, don't forget, gas molecules. They are hitting on the gas molecules and they are producing secondary cosmic rays. These are secondary cosmic rays. Secondary cosmic rays. At what height? Around about 20 kilometer below 20 kilometer height from the Earth's surface, the primary cosmic rays, they are interacting with the gas molecules and the gas nuclei, whatever is present, they are interacting with that and it is producing the secondary cosmic rays. Secondary cosmic rays are produced. Okay. Then, secondary cosmic rays, what is the composition? What is the composition of secondary cosmic rays? The secondary cosmic rays composition. Secondary cosmic rays composition. What is that? Here at sea level, let us consider not at the higher level, sea level I will consider, on the earth surface, sea level. 70% are mesons. Mesons. Pi meson, neutral pi meson, positive pi meson, mu mesons, okay, eta mesons, all these mesons. 29% electron positron pair. Electron positron pair. Okay, pair of electron positron. Cosmic ray showers. Tomorrow if I am explaining, you will come to know that cosmic ray showers. 29% electron positron pair. 70% mesons. 70% mesons. And 1% heavy particles. 1% heavy particles. If you want, I will write here 1%. Okay, so here I will write secondary cosmic rays are having 1% heavy particles. Heavy particles, 29% electron, electron, positron pair, 70% are mesons. 70% are mesons. Mesons further it can be divided. Don't forget mesons. If I am considering mesons here, mesons can be further divided. Mesons. It can be further divided in the form of hard component and soft component. Hard component and soft component. Hard and soft component. Hard component, it is containing heavy particles. Heavy particles it is containing. Okay, it is containing heavy particles. Soft component, it is containing electrons. It is containing electrons, positrons, photons, PHO, photons it is containing. If you are writing this much, you will get 7 marks for this. Okay, it carries 7 marks for this. Tomorrow I will discuss about cosmic ray showers, cascade theory. Okay, and then that's all the concepts. I think it's so. I will going to finish it. Tomorrow I will going to finish it off this particular cosmic rays. Cosmic rays I will going to cover it. Okay. Any doubt is there, you can ask.